Welcome back, guys, to the Orlando Huskies franchise. And as you see, we re-signed outside linebacker Ralph Wiggins to a 3-year deal with 7.2 million. We have a couple other free agents that we've been trying, or players we've been trying to re-sign. But here on our bye week, we're mainly gonna go over scouting, stats, and look towards next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. And during the bye week, we gotta stay grinding. We haven't been good. Gotta stay focused. Stay on track. Hopefully, upset the Chiefs, who are first in our divisions. But we'll look at a couple other players that we've been trying to re-sign. Connor Kelly, I gotta see more. Justin Martinez, 2 million isn't a lot for us. We'd like a 2-year deal though. We'll offer it to him, and he's gonna think about it. Dylan Flock's another one. Fast player on our team, needs speed. This is the big one though. Josh Cotter. What are we gonna do with the quarterback situation? As you can see, he's hasn't been good at all. It's not all on him. There's a lot of drops. Sacked 18 times, but he just hasn't been good enough for us. Rushing the ball, 2 fumbles. He's been already rushing. But that's a big one. Are we going to look for a quarterback in the draft? Or Jake Heaton? Is it his time to get called up to the main squad? And then Trevor Carrington has a 5th-year option. It's another interesting one. He's been up and down. Some weeks he's really good. Other weeks he's non-existent. As you see when he was a rookie, non-existent, kind of like this year. Kind of really popped off for the Huskies last season. But this season as a Husky, maybe it's playing time, but I haven't seen enough to accept that 5th-year option. And now we'll go over, as we're in stats, so we'll just continue to go over stats. We've seen Josh's stats. Pitiful. Not good. Rushing. This is a real bright spot on our team. Drew Stevens, 67 carries for 466 yards, 7 yards per carry, 3 touchdowns, 78 yards per game, 6 broken tackles. He's been balling. Have to get him the ball more. And here's another bright spot for us. Hunter Purcell, 30 catches, 375 yards, averaging 12.5 yards per catch, 1 touchdown on the season. It doesn't show the drops, but I know he's over 10 drops on the season. Jamal Lacey has started to get it going. His drops are okay, but Jamal's been getting it going with 18 catches, 203 on the season. David Long, he's been solid when he hangs onto the ball. He just hasn't done that. Ramon Simmons, have to get him involved more. He's our best receiver stat-wise, but Drew Stevens would have over 150 receiving yards and a touchdown, but he dropped a wide open touchdown. Damian Harrison, he's been solid. We have to see if we can run a little bit more 2 tight end sets. He's got good hands. He doesn't really drop the ball at all. 6 catches, 29 yards. And then where is he at? Connor Kelly. Only 67 downs played. But Connor Kelly we got to get him involved more. A little bit more. Obviously 0 catches on the season. Like to see that changed. We'll go over blocking. Wrong button. Our right guard, 5 sacks allowed, 2 from another right guard. He must be playing out of position right now. Jeff Stanley, 2, 1, 1. Just not a really good offensive line. We're pressured every time we touch the ball. Defensive stats, tackles leaders, Tavon Johnson, stud. He's been really good for us. Russell Wilcox, also really good. Shane O'Neal, currently hurt, but when he was on the field, he was playing well. Dylan Flock, with that type of speed, you expect him to be able to tackle. Gage Bloodgood, not known much as a tackler, but he's out there making big plays. And then Justin Martinez coming in, only playing 2 games for us, 15 tackles so far, 2 pass deflections. You like to see that. CJ Hunter, 14 tackles, tackle for loss, a sack. Look at tackles for loss. 3 for Tavon Johnson, 3 for Russell Wilcox, 2 for Ralph Simmons, 2 for Barry Wilcox, 2 for Donovan Grimes, 1 for Shane O'Neal, 1 for CJ Hunter, 1 for Kenny, 1 for Carrington, and 1 for Caden. We'll look at sacks. Haven't really got a bunch of sacks, but Grimes has been an amazing pressure up the middle. 2 sacks. Johnson with 1. Wiggins with 1. CJ Hunter, have to see him get going more. At least got to provide some pressure. Number 1 overall pick. Have to be able to get more than 1 sack through 6 games. Caden, we'd like to play him a bit more. He was a 6th round rookie. He's been solid. When he does get on the field, it's not too often. No picks on the season. Deflections. Justin Martinez, like I said, leads the team in 2, and we didn't really expect him to be a pass coverage type of guy. Just a speed sideline to sideline linebacker who's gonna fly over the field, but he's proven us wrong in the passing game. Tavon Johnson, 1. Wiggins, 1. Wilcox, 1. Dylan with 1. And then forced fumbles. Wiggins with 1. CJ Hunter, that's his strip sack. And then Shane O'Neal with 1. We've only recovered 1 of these fumbles, unfortunately. And then no safeties, no touchdowns. This unit is better than the offense. We just have to put it all together. Obviously, total offensive yards, we're the worst in the league. But since our defense is so bad, we get a lot of kick returns. So total yard gained, we're going to be decent. Passing yards, worst in the league. Rushing yards, we're actually 3rd worst. Not bad. Points per game, we're worse. Touchdowns, passing, we're worse. Rushing touchdowns, we're not bad. First downs gained was worse in the league. Defense, total yards allowed, number 1, we're the worst. Passing yards, we're not the worst for the passing defense, which we like to see. We're about top 10-ish, top 12-ish. Rushing, worst in the league. Everybody runs that football on us, and they run wild. Points allowed, number 1 in the league. QB sacks, we actually are not last in QB sacks, surprisingly. Fumbles, we're probably about middle of the pack, tied for middle of the pack. Actually higher up. We have no picks on the season, along with the Chiefs. Hey, maybe their defense is just as bad as ours. Doesn't look like it though. Conversions, 3rd down. This is something where we have to be better at. And that's a lot of the reasons why we're losing. Can't convert on 3rd down. Can't keep drives going. Always off the field early. And then 4th down isn't much better. 5 for 17. Haven't tried any 2-point conversions yet. Red zone efficiency, we're awful in the red zone. 9 trips, only 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals. 22%. Have to be better in the red zone. Have to get to the red zone more. We're last in the league in red zone trips. Honestly, defensively, that's a good number. I was expecting it to be a little bit higher, but we're towards the lower half of the league in red zone points percentage. So most of the time they do score a touchdown, but I will take it. Turnovers, last in the league, -12. Defense has to force turnovers. Offense has to stop turning the ball over. Just have to stop turning the ball over. And now we'll go into some scouting. Prospects. We have looked at a couple already. So we have Dylan Fernandez. These are tackles right now. We don't have them scouted all the way, but impact blocking, projected first round talent. And then we got Ricky Hardy out of Oregon, first round talent, pass blocking, run blocking. This could be the number 1 overall pick if we don't start winning. We definitely need a tackle. And then I was also looking at some defensive tackles, get some more interior pass rushing. These are more later round guys. Well, he is. These two, early second, especially Cam Fox. I really like Cam Fox so far. B block shedding, B finesse move, C tackle. He's got great to elite strength, good to great speed. He looks really good. I'm hoping he can fall to us if we plan to take him in the second round. We have other players scouted, but I haven't gone through all of them. Quarterbacks, like I said, we're gonna scout quarterbacks. I just don't know how likely we are, because this looks like a very, outside of these two, it's a weak QB class, and I would rather run back with Josh than having another Josh on the team for a year and then drafting another quarterback. Running back, not even a question. Receiver, this is big because we could look to upgrade receiver, especially with Connor Kelly. If he can't help us, we have to look for free agency, the draft, have to look for somewhere. And we're going to be looking for catching, mostly like C catching. We just can't do anything with that. Catching traffic, I like that. He won't be there. We're not taking a receiver at 1, and he won't be there by round 2. Tight end, Jamal Lacey's good. Offensive line, like I said, have to shore up this O-line. Awareness, B pass blocking, 3rd to 4th round. I like that. Pass blocking, 3rd to 4th round. We could target both of those type of guys. B pass blocking, D pass blocking. If one of these guys can fall to us, could be huge. Awareness. Right tackle now. B pass blocking, impact blocking. Is he gonna be there by round 2? Are we gonna take Ricky Hardy? Just a lot of only solid to good strength. You don't really like that. Great to elite agility though. But the strength is kind of worrying. I don't think we really need ends, as we just signed Wiggins and we have CJ Hunter. Interior is definitely something we like to improve on. Middle linebacker is also somebody we like to improve on, even though Justin has been that spark we needed in the middle with Tavon Johnson. But if we can upgrade, we can upgrade. B block tackling, B zone, 2nd or 3rd round. Corner, we could use a slot corner. We're not taking a corner at top 5. If we take a corner, it's going to be later in the draft. It's not a huge need. It is a need, but it's not a huge need. I like Justin Kelly, B zone. We'll see if he runs well. He does not run well. I don't know. Does DeMarcus Fisher run well? Decent. Decent. For a third to fourth round guy, you can't expect the greatest out of him. Miles Franklin. Solid to good. And then free safety is another one we could look at. Not saying we will, but we could. These aren't the final ratings for him either, but John Nails, great to elite speed, B tackling, C man. If he falls to us in the second round, we could definitely take him. And then they have us mocking at quarterback. It could happen. It depends on how Josh performs the rest of the season. Because if Josh comes out here and he wins us 2 to 3 games, we might not have the number 1 overall pick anymore, but we could see ourselves taking a quarterback. And we'll look at the team one more time. We have Josh Hunter Purcell. Look at that. Superstar ability. And then we have Roman Simmons, David Long, Connor Kelly, Jamal Lacey, Damian Harrison. And on the defensive side, we got Gage Bloodgood. Shane O'Neal is back. That's huge. And then Dylan Flock. Just like I said, this interior is just not good. Most of the time, it is Grimes and Wilcox and Turbin. They're all right, but most of the time, Grimes is in the middle. And then the linebacking core is solid. Is pretty solid. Wiggins, Johnson, Justin Martinez, Caden, Wilcox. Chapman's not bad. He's been solid for us. He's a better man than zone corner, and we like playing zone more than man, but this is a real question mark right here. And we're going to do it. We are going to assign Jake Keaton to the main team, and we are going to demote our backup quarterback to the practice squad. And, if Josh decides if he's going to play bad, we have a backup quarterback that could legit throw now. And I think Josh has to be worried about his starting job now. And, competition's never bad. Could provide a spark that we didn't know Josh had. Jake Keaton could provide a spark that we didn't know he had. Jake Keaton, not a better athlete, has a better arm, better deep ball, but everything else goes to Josh. But as we've seen, Josh has been unable to hit the deep ball on Connor, on Hunter. Simmons has one deep catch, and that's a question for week 8 though. And that will be it for this episode. Short little episode, different from the others. But week 8, we will be taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. And I'll see y'all later.